You know, whatever. Teddy! Look at this! Incredible!
Nice to see you.
Look at this! How are you?
Well, how are you?
Great to see you.
Oh my God, look at it here. This is incredible, huh?
Yeah, this is fantastic. I can't think of anyone I would rather be interviewed by.
Thank you.
Hey, let me introduce you to my mother.
Oh my goodness, is this the esteemed Mrs. Lieberman?
This is my mother.
Whom you put through the mill? Oh,
This
wow.
Hi.
How do you do?
Teddy.
Yeah.
I've recovered.
We all have. Nice to see you, Heinrich and Arno. Are we taping?
I guess we are.
Oh, I was just
This is an auspicious
giving them a little
entry, so
tour.
why not? Hello, everyone.
We-
Forgive me.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't take much to turn Justin on.
I tried.
I showed her your picture.
Well, let me remove my chapeau and
I'm jealous. of your
accessories.
coffee.
Well, I would have to wait for the bus. It was right in front of a Starbucks, so I just popped in.
Can I
It's
have a
always
sip of it?
yeah, it's always an opportunity to steal Splendid too. Here, use this. Okay, yeah. I know, I'm funny that way. I'm usually not as discriminating about what I put in my mouth. Or what then you get a sip.
Wow, you like that artificial sweetener, huh?
Well, I can't have sugar.
Yeah.
Because it would just ruin my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me take off my coat.
Okay.
Excuse me. Good morning, Heinrich. Good morning, Arno. Or good afternoon or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. I'm Theodore Belucas, and we're here at Feuer Gallery with the esteemed Justin Lieberman, whose solo show we're about to walk through and view with Mr. Justin Lieberman and his lovely mother, who will be coming on in a little while.
Theodore.
You can call me what you like. Do you want to start with this postcard?
Piece, yeah. So this piece is a go-card rack, and you know it's a kind of advertising device that you see installed all over the city in restaurants and you know bathrooms.
Yeah.
And it's a it's basically exactly what it is, except I tried to build it myself to with middling success.
Well, the premise of the show, is that you've created your own advertising agency.
Yes,
So perhaps
yes.
you should preface it with that. It's called Agency Open House. So what you've done is to tweak our consumerism and the way we commodify things with your own very wry take on commodity culture and
Yeah.
art production. So
Yeah. I mean, I think
and these are offenses that we see every time we have to go pee.
Yeah.
And you can't go to one restaurant without, especially in New York, without having to be like, assaulted by this thing.
By
It's
the-
just a
the
rack
go-kart
that
rack, yeah.
that I think people think they're funky for making postcards and selling their wares with. But,
Right.
But they're not really useful. You really wouldn't want to send a Samsung postcard to anybody.
Yeah, no.
You know.
I think probably very few of them get sent. Although I tried to kind of fill this one up, and it's funny because actually over the course of the show, people are continually removing these
Oh, they are.
postcards.
Yeah, they probably
when I first set it up, I really tried to get all the postcards from those racks that had the kind of like
cheesy
beer,
ABTV shows.
well, like the beer sluts,
Right.
with like
Coors Light?
yeah, Coors
Yeah.
Light, and like this one was a really then the
Yeah.
fashion.
Yeah.
Things and up the girl's dress, because I think the way that they sell sex is actually kind of that was the ideal
Right.
of in all advertising.
Well, and also what these things are meant to do is appeal to a youth market.
Sure,
Which is
yeah.
what, I can't imagine anybody who thinks he's cool using these things to correspond with their friends.
No,
No. I mean, they're so...
But it's like you
who
always
wants to like send
anything
a Dove ad to
anything
somebody?
that's free, you
Yeah.
feel compelled to grab
well,
it.
they're colorful.
Yeah.
They're colorful. And
Yeah.
They definitely attract you, and they're kind of an art form unto themselves too.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And they're actually all made by the same company that makes the rack, which
Yeah,
is
no.
Go Card.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
It's funny.
It is. It's they've got quite a little tidy business there. Yeah. So as we move along, and we're being joined by various and sundry others. Oh my! many drivers wanted. Yes, a little poke at both Volkswagen and the Austin Mini.
Yeah.
And Mini Driver.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
ba-dum-bum.
You know,
Many drivers wanted.
this was just, I mean, it was such an obvious
Yeah.
one. You know, it was that I once I thought of it, I had to make this one. You know, the drivers wanted the Volkswagen ad campaign, very successful ad campaign. You know, I thought you could tweak it a little for the Mini Cooper, and also you could somehow, you know, if you could get Mini Driver to be the spokesperson, like, what a great campaign. I mean, there's certain ads that I really, like, I see them and I have a particular affection for them. Like, I loved the Snickers ad campaign with the new
Yeah.
They made
Where they're
those.
creating words.
Yeah.
Using the logo and using just the feeling you get from biting into a Snickers.
Yeah, I loved
Yeah.
that, and when I saw those ads, I definitely, you know, went out and ate Snickers.
Yeah, well,
I'm-
then it's working.
I would say, you know, I'm totally subject to the
Being
whims
snickered.
of the advertising.
So to speak.
Of the advertising industry, for sure.
Yeah. Very, very clever, though. This is very, very funny.
Thanks.
And then the big, mean Wachovia, a southern bank that's made its entrance into New York, so it's kind of funny that you pick a bank like this and not one of the homegrowns like Chase or Citi.
Well, I chose Wachovia because it's the bank that I use.
Oh, is that right?
And actually, a lot of the ads in here are products that I personally use.
Okay.
So, I mean, I wouldn't, on one hand, while I feel like I have reservations about, you know, advertising and its strategies and my own complicity in the
spreading
corporate
even,
commodity culture, I also, you know, I recognize that I live in that culture, so I'm not going to stand in the gallery and stamp my foot and say no.
Oh, well, it's like the old bit about intellectuals not owning television.
Sure,
You know,
yeah. I certainly own one of those.
You know, to me, it's absurd if you don't.
Yeah.
How, you know, with news traveling as fast as it does now, and everything global, and cable giving you every world channel there is, how could you not own TV?
Of course.
And also, how could you even consider yourself a fairly edified human being in the early part of the 21st century without
Without owning.
mass media?